All right, it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to the 6 o'clock yoga hour. Tonight will be slow and gentle, trauma-oriented yoga. I just want to quickly remind you that I'm not a doctor or a therapist by any means. I'm just somebody who has PTSD, and so I try to apply what I know about my condition and how yoga is helping me with it. So feel free to follow me or do whatever you like to do instead of what I'm doing. So if I'm doing a pose that doesn't feel good to you, just substitute it with something else or sit it out. Also, if my reminding you to feel different poses in different parts of your body, if that becomes too much, in other words, if you do suffer from trauma and that is just too much, focusing on your body and on how you feel, then just ignore what I'm saying and just do whatever feels good to you, okay? So with that said, come to a comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. And gently close your eyes. And we're just going to take a moment to focus on what's going on inside of us right now. Try to scan your body and notice how you feel on a physical, mental, emotional, and maybe also on a spiritual level. And whatever you come across, just acknowledge. Try not to judge. And then go ahead and bring your attention to your breath. Notice how you're breathing right now. If it's not already deep and slow, try to get it there. And try to breathe only through your nose. We're going to inhale on a count of 4, and then we're going to hold the breath at the top of the inhalation. And then we're going to exhale on a count of 6 or more, and hold again on the bottom of the exhalation. So I'm going to count you through the first round, and then you're going to continue on your own. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. And continue with this on your own. And wherever you are in the cycle of your breath, finish this round. And then when you're ready for it, let your chin fall to your chest. And then begin to roll out your neck. Move your neck in both directions. And if you come across an area in your neck that feels really tight, feel free to hold the stretch for a moment and then continue to roll out your neck. And just notice where all you feel this. If you're anything like me, I never notice that my neck is tight or anything until I start to roll it. And then I feel it in all these different areas. And then I always think I should be doing this more often than just once a day when I do yoga. Let's take the right ear over the right shoulder and hold it there. If you want to, you can place your right hand on top of your head and just lightly place it there. It'll add just a little bit more weight, but make sure you're not pulling on your head or neck. Notice this elongation through the left side, and then switch. And I don't have any music playing in the background, but if you want to, feel free to put on your favorite music. It might make your yoga experience more enjoyable for you. Go ahead and let your head hang in the center again. Yep. And then looking straight ahead, open your eyes to a soft gaze. I just got a cute little nose bump from Kirsa. This is Kirsa and this is Satya. Satya is really cold tonight. So let's take in a deep breath, reaching both arms up. And then on an exhale, twist to the right. Place your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. And then just lengthen your spine and look over your shoulders. We're going to keep it gentle tonight. So please don't feel like you need to push yourself. Tonight is not the night to do that. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. And sometimes it is easier to go all out and try to work really hard instead of just going softly and mindfully and listening to your body. But that's what we're going to do tonight. Inhale in the center. And then exhale and place your right hand to the mat and reach the left arm over. You can let the left arm hang, or you can extend it. You can look up to your hand or just keep your head in neutral, whatever feels good. Inhale in the center and then exhale and go the other way. And then let's inhale back to the center, reaching both arms up. As you exhale, bring your arms down and come to your hands and knees. We're going to move through cat and cow. You probably know this vinyasa series, so we're going to exhale as we pull the back round, letting the head hang. And then we're going to inhale as we sway the back and look up. Exhale to cat pose and inhale to cow pose. Move at your own breathing pattern, at your own pace. And pay attention to what's going on in your back muscles and in your spine tonight. And when you go into cow pose, so when you're swaying your back and looking up, think about also lifting your heart forward and up. Let's do this a couple more times. Exaggerating the movement in the spine and in the hips and in the shoulders. And then as you inhale again, widen your knees and come into extended child's pose. You can wiggle your hips a little bit as you go down. Then just let yourself settle in. It is not necessary that your hips go all the way down to your heels, but if they can, let them. And then firmly press the third eye region of your forehead into the mat. The third eye is this area here between your eyebrows. And whenever you have a firm surface and you feel anxiety and you press that area down into the firm surface, it relieves the anxiety a little bit. So press it down and breathe and notice what's going on inside of your body. Where do you feel this pose? And whatever you feel on a physical level, are there any emotions coming up? Just observe and then tuck your toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. Walk your feet back and forth. My mat is a little bit slippery tonight, so you might see me blow into my hands to add a little moisture to my hands. Notice what your legs feel like. You can also flip your feet over and stretch across the fronts of your ankles or rotate your feet. Just whatever feels good. Then we want to settle into our first down dog of the night. And because tonight is our gentle night, you don't have to be perfect. Not that you ever have to be anyway, but You can just let your head hang. Let it go. Either keep your eyes closed or look in between your legs to the wall behind you. Breathing deeply. And enjoying your first down dog of the day. And then come forward into a knee plank. So lower onto your knees and rock forward just a little bit, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to your stomach. Keeping the hands just lightly up. Bring your elbows together. And just inhale as you slowly peel your chest and your rib cage up off the floor, coming into a small cobra. Try to keep your head in a neutral position. So look at the floor in front of you. Try not to look straight forward. And then slowly come back down. And we'll do it again. Inhale and lift. Peel yourself up off the floor. And lengthen your neck. Try to bring the shoulders away from the ears. And then come back down. And we'll do this one more time. Inhale and lift. And then stay here for the exhale. Inhale to extended child's pose. Walk your fingertips away from your body. Try to push the armpits down and also the third eye region into your mat. And let's exhale to downward facing dog. Breathing in and out through the nose. And go ahead and walk your hands in towards your feet. And as you do this, bend your knees. And then just let your upper body hang. You can grab opposite elbows. Sometimes that feels better. You can also let your body sway a little bit. If you're holding tension in your neck and your shoulders, shake out your head. And just let gravity pull on your spine. You want to try and keep the upper body loose. And then we'll slowly begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. And when you get up there, slide your shoulder blades down your back. And we will place the hands into Anjali Mudra. Sorry about my wardrobe. It's not cooperating tonight. And then inhale as you reach up. And if your back feels good tonight, see if you want to add a little back bend here. Pull your navel in and up and keep your leg muscles firm to support your lower back. And then slowly begin to roll down one vertebra at a time again. Walk the hands out to a downward facing dog. And we're going to stay here for just a moment again. Notice the response of your body. Breathing in and out through your nose. And let's come down onto the knees. And I'm going to face the long side of the mat. You can do the same thing or stay where you're at. Take your left leg out to the side. And then take your left hand to your left leg and inhale the right arm up. And as you exhale, reach the right arm over and let your left hand slide down the leg. And we are in gate pose. In gate pose, you should look at your pinky up there. But if that's not comfortable for your neck, just keep your head in a neutral position. But notice a nice elongation through the right side of your body. Breathing slowly. Also notice where else you feel the stretch. Sometimes we surprise ourselves with where all we feel these positions, these yoga positions. Come back to the center. And this time we're going to place the right hand down and we will lift the left arm up. And as we exhale, I'm going to bring it over, but we'll also lift the left leg up. So the stretch goes from your left toes all the way up to your left fingertips. And again, either look at your pinky that's up there or you keep your head in neutral. Slow breaths. Enjoy this long stretch. Actually, what I meant to say was enjoy this lengthening stretch. Come back to the center and then switch sides. Bring the right leg out to the side and take your right hand to your right leg. Inhale the left arm up and then exhale as you let your right hand slide down the leg and stretch over, looking either at the pinky finger or keeping the head in a neutral position. And now notice if you feel a difference between the two sides. If you do, try not to dwell on it or try not to start thinking about why you might feel different in one side than in the other. It doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that you noticed it. And then come back to the center and we will switch sides. No, sorry. We will switch sides, but we'll put the left hand down and the right arm up. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the right arm over, lifting the right leg up. Whew. Get my left and right mixed up. Lengthen here. Notice how that feels from your right toes to the right fingertips. And also notice where else you feel this. For example, I feel this in my left hip for some reason. I did not on the other side. That's interesting. And then let's take it back to the center. And we will come into extended child's pose. Once again, pressing the third eye down and taking a moment to listen to the body. Maybe you get a little bit of feedback here. Whenever we have a moment where we're not moving from one pose to another, while you observe yourself, maybe you can do so with curiosity or with a little bit of playfulness. It doesn't have to be so serious. Come back to downward facing dog. good demonstrator here. She did a good downward facing dog. And then we'll take the right foot forward. And then you can either bring your back knee to the floor, or you can stay up. What we'll do is we will shift the hips back and fold over the front leg. So you can do it with the back leg up or with the back knee down. And then you would just do it like this. Both ways though, try to keep your hips level. There may be a tendency to have the right hip stick out like this. So think about pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward, and then just let your head go. And come back to your breath. If you can remember, do that same breathing pattern we did in the beginning of class. So inhaling at a count of 4, holding at the top, exhaling at a count of 6 or more, and then holding at the bottom. And regardless if you have your legs straight or not, up or down in the back, right now let's all put it down. And then let's take both hands to the outside of the right leg. You may be able to bring both hands to the floor. I cannot, so I'm gonna stay on my fingertips. And we're going to lift the chest as high as we can and then look over the shoulder. Taking slow, deep breaths. Notice where you feel this in your body. Try to observe what's going on inside of your body. And then also always try to notice if there are emotions that come along with the physical feelings in your body. Come back to the center. And just take this right knee back and step the left foot forward. And once again, you may stay on your knee, pulling the hips back, or you may come up onto your back leg and then just let your upper body go, pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward. And try not to rely too heavily on your hands here. The moment when you put a lot of weight onto your hands, you also create tension in your shoulders here. So try to just let your upper body fall down forward over your front leg without bracing yourself so much, if that's possible. If not, do whatever you can or whatever feels good to you. And then we'll hang out here for a moment, just breathing. Notice the stretch in your front hamstring muscle. Maybe also in your back calf if you're up on your foot in the back. Pull your left hip back and the right hip forward. And come down onto the back knee if you're not already there. Take both hands to the outside of your left leg. Lift your chest and look over your shoulder. And you can keep the back foot flat, like I have it right now, or you can tuck your toes under. Either way works. Notice the difference between the two sides, maybe not. center. And let's go ahead. And I'm going to face the long side of the mat again, but you can stay wherever you feel best. And we're going to straddle the legs and pick the upper body up. And here, let's take the hands to the small of the back and just open up the heart towards the sky. You can let the head come around with the back a little bit if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, just keep your head in neutral. I don't tend to like to drop my head back, so I keep my head in neutral. And then as you exhale, slowly let your upper body come forward. Just let it fall. You can soften your knees a little bit. Or you can straighten your legs, but try not to lock out your knees. And you can experiment with the width of your legs. The wider you get them, the deeper the stretch you may feel. Some of you may be able to touch the crown of the head towards the floor. And then take your hands to your legs and just gently begin to pull yourself a little bit closer to your legs. If you feel that your shoulders want to tense up, shake out your head, roll out your shoulders. And then we'll slowly bring the upper body over to the right leg. If you can, hug your leg and just gently pull your upper body closer to your leg. Breathing slowly in and out through your nose. And noticing what's going on in the back of your right leg. If you feel a lot of tension, remember, bend your knee a little bit more. And then slowly bring your upper body through the center over to the other leg. And start to notice a difference between the two sides. Sometimes when we do these deeper hamstring stretches, I notice that my kneecap wants to pull up. So that means I'm bracing myself, I'm holding something here. So I have to actually tell my body to let that go. Let the kneecap go and just relax into the stretch. Make sure you're taking these deep, slow breaths. Maybe you can settle into a little bit of a deeper stretch if that's what you want to do tonight. And then we'll come back to the center. Bringing the hands to the hips. Come halfway up with a flat back. Just keep your back flat. Try to reach the crown of your head forward. So the goal is to have the upper body parallel to the floor. And then slowly bring your upper body up all the way. Feet together. Let's work on balance. So for tonight, if all you can do tonight is stand on one foot and just gently lift the other leg up, that's fine. Do that. We'll start by bringing body weight onto the left foot, and we will all start by doing that. And then I'm going to show you a progression for tonight. Let's try if we can bend the right leg and get a hold of the right ankle. Uh-oh. All right. Now try to actively push that right knee down towards the floor. And if that is not enough for you, not enough of a stretch, feel free to go into King of the Dance pose. If you want to do this, you don't have to. I'm not going to tonight. I seem to be balance challenged tonight. But feel a stretch in your front, in the front of your thigh, on the right leg. And then release the right foot down and roll up your left ankle. And we'll switch sides, bringing the weight onto the right foot. Lift your left leg up. And if this is all you can do tonight, go ahead and stay here. If you want to go further, bend the left leg, get a hold of your ankle, and push the knee towards the floor. When you actively push the knee down as you pull the heel towards your behind, that's when you create the deeper stretching in the front of your thigh. And it's interesting how balance works different from day to day. And I'm usually better at balancing in the morning than I am at night. So forgive me for being wobbly. But tonight is not about perfection, right? And then go ahead and place your left foot down and roll out your right ankle. From here, we will step the right foot forward and the left foot back. Straightening the front leg, we're moving into a triangle pose. So bring your upper body over your front leg, reach out with your front arm, kick the left hip back, and then reach forward until you can't reach any further. Placing the right hand either to your shin or to the floor on either side of your foot. Lift your left arm up, or if it's more comfortable tonight, take your left hand to your hip, and then just think about spinning the front ribs towards the sky. Turning the head if that's comfortable, and pulling the top hip back. And make sure you're breathing. Feel the stretch in all different areas of your body. And just take a note of where all of it is. And then slowly come back up. And we will switch sides. So either just spin around or switch legs, facing the same way. Straighten your front leg, reach out with your arms, and then reach until you can't reach any further. And then let your hand fall where it wants to, either on your shin or on either side of your front foot. And your right arm can lift up or it can go to your hip. But think about spinning the front ribs towards the sky. And again, the head can be in neutral or looking up, whatever feels good. pull your top hip back. And once again, notice where you feel this in your body. And also notice if this side feels different from the other side. Breathing slowly. And then this time, instead of coming back up, we will just take this top arm down and we'll help ourselves to a seated position. Taking the legs in front. You can bend your knees a little bit. You can open your legs a little bit if you like. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, just let your upper body fall forward over your leg. And tonight, again, it's not about perfection. So just feel free to round your back. Just let your upper body fall forward and enjoy the stretch for your hamstring. If you want to pull your toes towards you, you will also feel the stretch a little bit in your calf muscles. And I don't think I need to remind you, but if you want to close your eyes, please do. It's easier to focus on what's going on within if you have your eyes closed. Breathing deeply. Let's inhale and come halfway up. And then exhale and fall forward again, settling down into the stretch. Maybe this gets a little bit easier the longer you stay in it, the longer you breathe. Reminding your body to let go of any tension you might feel. And then bring your upper body up. Take the soles of your feet together. And we're going to come into cobbler's pose. So think about lengthening your spine. And then tonight, let's rock from side to side, touching one knee to the floor and then the other, and just imagining what it would feel like if they could both touch to the floor all at once. And I know some people can do that. I can't. So if we just rock from side to side and imagine what it feels like to bring both knees to the floor all at once. And then let's stay in the center. Think about lengthening the spine and pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And maybe it feels good to flutter with the knees a little bit. If you want to, you can lean forward. Again tonight, because tonight is tonight and it's not perfect yoga pose night, you can round your back and just let your upper body fall forward. Whatever feels good to you. If you want to also, you can use your elbows to push your legs down a little bit if you would like to challenge yourself. Otherwise, just don't. let's release it. Bringing the legs together. Place your feet in front of you. Take your hands and interlace them in front of your shins. And then round your back and let your chin drop to your chest, letting yourself fall back. Think about hollowing out your belly area. And then come back up. Take your hands behind you now, fingertips facing away, and open your heart, lifting your heart towards the sky. Again, if it feels comfortable for you, go ahead and let your head go. It doesn't for me, so I'm going to keep my head in neutral. But lift your heart, open your heart chakra, and think about directing your breath towards your heart. The heart chakra, of course, is the center of your love and compassion, your energy center. So you want to keep that energy center nicely energized. Coming back to the center. And let's help ourselves down onto the back. Slowly. And we'll do a nice deep twisting stretch tonight. So let's cross the right leg over the left and cross it over tightly. If you can, wrap the right foot all the way around the left calf. But if that's not possible, it doesn't have to go all the way. And then since you have the right leg on top, let's drop both knees over to the right. And then take both arms out wide and let your head roll to the left. So the top leg here helps to get you a little bit deeper into this twist. It's just the weight of that top leg. Try to keep both shoulders on the floor. And if you were working with your eyes open, now is a good time to really close them and notice all the different areas where you feel this twisting stretch. Twisting stretches are really good for your digestion and for all the internal organs. So try to do them daily. And let's bring both knees back to the center. Align your body on your mat. And then recross, bringing the left leg over the right. And then allowing both legs to drop over to the left. Allowing the head to roll to the right. And notice if the side feels different than the other side. Maybe you can create a picture in your mind's eye what it might look like inside of your body when you're doing these twisting stretches. I always find, and this may be just the way my brain helps me with my PTSD, but I always find that when I have to focus on something, like I'm trying to focus on what my body feels like in this
yoga pose, I respond better if I stay playful about it, if I'm not too serious, and if I try to engage myself by thinking about pictures or images, what my body might look like, or whatever else you can come up with. Hello, Kasha. Good girl. And then gently come back to the center. Align yourself on your mat. And then draw both knees in towards your body. You can pull them straight over your chest, or you can widen them a little bit. And then start to make little circles on your mat. Moving in both directions, letting the floor massage your lower back. These two. They're so much fun. And then go ahead and take your hands somewhere to the outside of your legs and just straighten your legs out a little bit. They don't have to straighten all the way. And then begin to pull the knees towards your armpits. But at the same time, think about keeping the tailbone on the floor. So you don't want to allow your hips to curl towards you. I'm sorry about these noises. And then maybe you can straighten out one leg and bend the other leg a little bit more than before. And then switch sides, bending the other leg more and straightening the other one. And then again, hug both knees in towards your body. Let's bring the forehead to the knees. Making yourself into the smallest, roundest pelvis that you can get. And then go ahead, lower your upper body down and stick your legs up into the air. You can hold on to your legs, or you can take your arms alongside your body. If you have a pillow or something, you can place that underneath your lower back. That feels really good. And close your eyes. Make little circles with your ankles. Point and flex your feet. We'll just reverse the flow for a moment here, allowing any type of body fluid that has pulled in the ankles and the feet to move easier back towards the heart and the center of your body. And while you're here, think about softening the muscles in your face. If you feel tension in your shoulders, try try to convince your body to let it go. And then let your legs come down, keeping the soles of the feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side and keep your right hand on your belly and bring your left hand to your heart. And then take in a deep breath and let it out through your mouth. And allow your body to relax into the floor. Feel your heart beat. Feel your belly come out as you inhale. Deepen your breath and signal to your body that it's time to relax. And you may stay with your legs like this, or you can come into whichever position allows you to relax the best. And when you're settled in, bring your attention to your breath and notice what it feels like when it circulates through your body. And again, maybe you can come up with a mental image of what that might look like. Just lay here and allow your body to relax, letting it sink deeper and deeper into your mat.
Elsewhere in your body you may feel a little tension still. Try to direct your breath there and let it go. Surrender yourself to the moment. There's nothing else you need to do right now, but just be and relax. And then gently begin to bring your attention back to your body. Wherever your mind may have wandered off to, bring it back to the here and now. Make movements in your fingers and your toes and let the thumbs brush up against the pads of your fingers, noticing a tingling sensation. And then place your feet onto your mat. And a long, slow inhale, reach your arms behind you and stretch. And as you exhale, curl up on your right side. And thank yourself for showing up on your mat tonight. And then keeping your eyes closed, gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And when you get there, place your hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Slightly bow your head. We'll take another moment to seal in our practice. Taking another moment to scan our bodies, noticing all the things that are going on inside of us right now. Keeping the observer position. You don't need to put any labels on whatever you come across. And I sure hope you feel good about yourselves. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Namaste. And if you don't mind, hit the like button. And if you want to subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me tonight. Thank you so much.
That really looked good, my love.